Hey gang, welcome to this morning's installments of Video Production 101. Today we're going to talk about creating a DVD, which is kind of important because the minute you start thinking about what we've been doing all along with video clips and so on and so forth, you got to get to a movie at some point. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these DVDs right here. You can see it right here. It's a blank DVD. This is a DVD plus R. And what I want you to do is just pop that into the computer. I know probably you're watching this, you probably don't have these just yet. I'm going to hand these out to you when we create movies with menus. I'll talk about that in a quick second, two types of movies. But understand the final product of taking the video from Premiere is to pop it on a DVD or some nature. You could post to YouTube. There's a bunch of different places you can post video. But the process we're going to go through today is going to pop it on a blank DVD that you can play in any DVD player. You could also burn Blu-rays as well, which are more of the HD quality stuff, and you can pop those in Blu-ray players as well. So, but in any case, just wanted to show you what the DVD looks like. I know you don't have any, but go ahead and start the lesson anyway. It's going to answer some questions in the question set, and we can move forward with Encore. We're going to make two videos today. One is going to be basically a no menu DVD, which means that when you put this DVD into it, once it's burned and you put it into a DVD drive, there aren't going to be any menus to it whatsoever. It's just going to kick into the movie automatically. That'll be the first video we make. The second video we're going to make is actually using a program called Encore to make the menu, which allows you to move through the movie to whatever point you want to in the movie at any given time. So I'm going to shut off the picture of my lovely face here. As you're going to see me sipping my coffee from time to time. Good morning to you. So we're going to kill the picture-in-picture there, and I'm going to go through and point you through how to make an auto-burn DVD. So let's go into Premiere. We want to open up a project, and we want to go to the desktop where your multimedia lessons are. I'm going to go to Lessons. We are going to go to Premiere. Lesson 19 is the one you want. We just jumped through the book and you didn't even know it. All the way to Lesson 19. And I want you to double click on Lesson 19.1. It's going to ask you where Start Race Countdown is. I double click on Start Race Countdown. And it loads up all my video quality. And what you see in front of you is a timeline that the book has helped us create. At the end of the book, so we've got to look down in the timeline. We've got a couple of video clips. We've got some transitions. We got a nice, cool. Let me play it for you to be able to hear the nice, cool music, rock and roll for you. And it just goes through a couple of clips, and we got some Michael low shot clips, and so on and so forth. This idea of creating DVDs allows you to, kind of similar to what we talked about when we started talking about nonlinear editing to begin with. This idea that we could be at any part in the movie at any given time, nonlinear editing, NLE. What chapters allow you to do, and all I'm going to do is set up a chapter in the timeline here for Premiere. What chapters allow you to do is allows the user to go to any part of the movie that you decide. They click on a button and it pushes them to the part of the movie where you want them to be. The only time you can do that is in Premiere. So basically we're going to set up a chapter in Premiere, and then we're going to push it over to Encore to burn. So you do this it's a lot of talking for a very simple process. I want you to move the timeline to 9:22 in your marker. So 9 seconds, 22. It's right before the bike low shot starts. I'm going to get it close, then I'm going to go 9, hit my arrow keys. So you see 9:23 moves to the bike low shot, and 9:22 is previous to that. So that's where I want my current time indicator. I am going to move over to the left side of the timeline. There's 4 buttons over here. The second one in from the right, if I leave my mouse, says Set Encore Chapter Marker. I just go ahead and I click that button, and it says, what do you want to name it? I'm going to name this one Low Shot. And I'm naming the chapter marker. Once that's done, I move the CTI away, and you'll see the little DVD player right there. So that means there's a chapter in there. I've just set a chapter in Premiere. That's pretty much it. In Premiere, we're actually done with Premiere, so I'm going to export this. I go to File, I'm going to export this to Encore. A lot to do with this screen right here. So Encore is, again, Adobe ships with a bunch of different things in CS3, 4, or 5. Encore is one of those projects or one of those programs that Premiere ships with. The only job that Encore has is to burn to a DVD, but it's pretty robust in terms of what else it can do in terms of burning a DVD. So here I am, export to Encore, gives you a name. Let's call it Bike Race DVD. You've got some different types here that you can burn to. You've got a DVD single layer, you got a DVD double layer, and you got a couple of Blu-ray options as well. We're going to stick with a single layer. Those are the cheapest. They do make the DVD double layer, which holds twice as much information. And then your Blu-rays tend to be more of the HD stuff that we can actually record. So we're going to stick with a DVD single layer. We are going to go with a direct burn without menus. And again, direct burn is basically, you've got a question on your question set that says, what is a direct burn movie? A direct burn is a movie that's burnt without any menus whatsoever. So once we're done, we'll be able to pop this disc into a DVD player, and it just automatically starts with no start from the user. We're going to make one copy. We're going to export the entire sequence, which includes video, audio, and any other transitions we threw in from the timeline. And then down here, you get your encode settings, which we've talked about at the beginning of Premiere. We want NTSC, and it's going to be 720 by 480, which is the default format, video format for North America. So make sure you got that set up. It should come in as a default, but if it isn't, make sure you just go to settings and you can pick that. PAL, you see another one that's called PAL, and that's kind of a default for Europe. But the NTSC is for North American, and I know that's a question on your question set as well. So NTSC 720 by 480. So we're all good to go there. I click OK, and it's going to ask me to save the Encore project. We're going to call that Bike Race DVD. Oops, I'll slip up there. Bike Race DVD, and I click Save. If you noticed in the timeline, you've got red up above, which means the movie does have to be rendered, so that's what it's doing right now. It's going to render. This is quick. And then it's going to push me out to Encore. And while Encore starts up, we'll talk about some other things here. So we got a couple of questions on the question set I've answered. Number 2, what are the 2 types of DVDs can be burned? You've got an autoplay and a menu-based. And number 5, what does direct burn mean? I've actually answered that one as well. Direct burn is used when you don't want a menu, so it creates an autoplay disc. And then I think we'll answer the other ones coming up. So basically what you're saying right here is I had one of those blank discs in there, and it's just going ahead and automatically creating the disc for me and automatically burning it. We'll talk, obviously, with the other things here in Encore. You're going to see, I'll come back and do some of these other things a little bit later when we create the menus. The beauty of Encore, more powerful when you're creating a menu-based disc, and I'll show you how to do that coming up after this video. But I wanted to see what this looks like. So it's actually just sitting back, and if you can hear it, my DVD is spinning, and it's burning the disc. And that's it for now. We're going to cut out right now. When the disc is done, I will come back and show you the video. All right, we're back. So I burned the disc, and as you can tell from the screen, you look at the Encore screen, and there's really no signal that says it's all burned, but I take the disc out of the burner, and I'm back on picture-in-picture, I understand. Take the disc out of the burner, there's the disc, and if you look on the back side of it, you can tell that there is a burn right here because there's a difference in color on the bottom. Very small movie, just by looking at it. And this is a disc that I can actually pop in. I'm going to do it right back on my computer, but you can pop it in on DVD player, most any DVD player actually. And let's see what it does here. I hope my screen's aligned. I had to wait for my son to get done with his cereal. And the disc is spinning, and we're going to see what pops up here. I'm going to shut down Encore. Don't need Encore anymore. Nope. And I'm going to shut down Premiere. And it's actually firing up. Let me slide this in. And there's mine. Notice there was no menu. I didn't have to click anything, and it just automatically started playing the movie. And you're actually seeing the movie being played. There we go. So I'm going to come back and create a menu-based DVD, which we're going to be able to play on the screen as well. And I'll show some Flash and Blu-ray topics as well. Talk to you in a bit.